Good morning, and thank you for joining the Talkative Thursdays. Today is the last episode of this series of 4 episodes. I will encourage you to take a look on our YouTube channel where you can watch the previous episodes and also follow us on our social media, Eurodesk. So today we're going to talk about working abroad. I'm Carmen. I'm the campaigns and audiovisual officer at Eurodesk Brussels Link. And today I'm here with Malgorzata from Eurodesk Ireland. And we will also have the intervention of 4 young people. We will have Teresa, Francesca, Elizabeth, and also some video of another participant that could join. And well, to start, for those who don't know what's Eurodesk, we're a youth information network that is all over Europe. And we spread awareness about these opportunities that are open for young people. And one of these kind of opportunities is working abroad. That's why we're here today. And these Talkative Thursdays are part of the Time to Move campaign. That it's a campaign that happens every year in October. And well, I will share with you the screen so you can see a bit more of what this is. We have this website in which we explain. Um, and Time to Move is a campaign in which you will discover how to explore Europe. And you can see that there are also a lot of activities online and close to you. I encourage you to check on the map. You can go to your country, to your region, to your city, and take a look on the events that are happening. Also, you can filter by day, and for those that cannot join physically, we also have a social media challenge in which you can take part. I encourage you to follow us at our Instagram and join the competition. Also, we have these online escape games, two. One is Mysteries in Riga and another one Adventures in Berlin. You can play with other young people. And of course, we have the Talkative Thursday series. This is the last one. The first was about volunteering abroad. Participating was the second one, and then we had also about learning. So don't hesitate to check on our YouTube channel to watch all the videos of the previous Talkative Thursdays episodes. And of course, for those that also want to share their art and that feel competitive, we have a t-shirt design contest with a lot of prizes, but also you can be the one that is on the next year visuals. Your design could be in next year visuals. So I encourage you to participate as well. And after this, I would like to move forward and give the floor to Malgorzata so she will introduce you all the participants and the people that will share their stories. Hello, Malgorzata.
Hi, hello from Dublin. It's very sunny here. It's not true that it's always raining in Ireland, so I hope it's also nice weather where you are. So today we have Francesca and Teresa with us, and I believe that another person will join us later, Alisa. I would like just to introduce myself first. So I am the Eurodesk Ireland National Coordinator for Eurodesk with the National Agency for the Erasmus and European Solidarity Core programs in Ireland. And yeah, it's always lovely to meet young people to see how they have benefited from the opportunities in Europe that we have been promoting as Eurodesk, and to see, you know, maybe the experiences have changed their lives. But we also love sharing the experiences with other young people and youth workers just to spread the word, to, you know, to see how difficult maybe or easy it is to apply to a program, and what happens during a program as well abroad, and what's provided, what are the challenges, and what are the learnings. So today, yeah, I would like to first to ask an ice-breaking question. I was asked that our participants, just to say your name, where you're from, which program you attended, and maybe a bonus question. What would be your favorite way of spending holidays and where? So Francesca, if you could start with you.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm Francesca Riccardi, and I'm a producer documentary from Italy. Now I'm in Italy, and it's raining as well. For lots of time. I did the Erasmus for Young Entrepreneur in Belgium for 6 months. So I had an experience in another company in Belgium, in Brussels. And for what was the other the holiday?
What would be your favorite holiday? If money was no an issue, you know, what would you do during your holiday and where?
For my holiday, I will I don't know. I will go in Lofoten Island in Norway, I think.
Nice, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you so much. We will ask you more questions just in 2 minutes, but first we would like also to introduce Teresa. And the same
Hi,
question.
nice to meet you all. I'm Teresa. I'm Spanish. I'm 22 years old, and I'm the former Eurodesk trainee for Eurodesk Brussels Link. And for me, my favorite holiday or holiday that I could go to, something nice weather, beach side, ocean side, so somewhere that.
Anywhere. So we invite you to
Anywhere.
the island. It's very sunny and we have lots of beaches. It's maybe not that warm, you know, but
Yeah.
we hear that some people, you know, like to come to Ireland because it has become maybe too hot in other parts, you know, of Europe in the summer. So anyway, my favorite holiday would be actually also in the Scandinavian countries, where I would love to travel by train and discover all the places which I remember from my childhood books, because I read lots of like Swedish children writers like Astrid Lindgren and so on, you know. So I love traveling as well, and I did different experiences, but today it's about you, and it's about time to move and opportunities for young people in the area of training and working. So we actually have some programs related to training today, because that's often the first step, you know, to finding maybe your dream job or your new job and so on. So I'm also pleased to actually to talk about programs which are not maybe that well known or that popular, because like we have been promoting the Erasmus program, studying abroad and so on, and then European Solidarity Corps, that's about volunteering. But I think it's great also to find out more from the ex-participants of the training programs as well. So I have prepared a few questions here for you. And it would be also great if you could maybe explain in a few words what the program is about, you know, which you took part in. But we start first maybe with a question which is always of interest to Eurodesk people. How did you find about the program? Was it maybe through friends or website, or through Eurodesk, or maybe another information network? So it would be great if you could, maybe you should go question by question first, so it's not too confusing. So Francesca, how did you find out about your program, and what is the program about? Yeah.
Yeah, I found out the program at the beginning, I think on the website, because I was looking for a program to have an experience abroad. So yeah, I only write on the website.
Which website, if you could tell us? Do you remember which website?
On Google.
Yes, Google.
I
Okay,
write
Google search, yeah.
and I found Erasmus for Young Entrepreneur.
Mhm.
And then I began to talk with people that I know about this program, and I found a friend of a friend of mine that attended the same program, and also a cousin of of a colleague that do the same program. And so I had the opportunity to to ask a question about the program and how it works, and to know more, yes, about how how to apply and other stuff. And they explained me and they took me very well about, and so
so that's actually why we have you here, because you will share this with us as well. I think it's always great to have actually the first-hand, experience shared by somebody else. And what about you, Teresa? Who told you about?
Well, I first heard about Eurodesk because someone in my class did the program, so I became familiar with it. And once I graduated, I didn't really know what to do with my life. I was a bit lost. I was thinking about doing European Solidarity Corps. I was also considering Eurodesk, and I went to the youth office in my city, and they helped me, guide me a little bit. They explained more the programs, they explained Eurodesk, and they also showed me the Eurodesk Opportunity Finder, funny enough, where I also saw Eurodesk, and it was a full circle moment when I got my internship there.
So that's great to hear, actually, because we always hope, that Eurodesk can help as well to find the right information. Even if you can Google millions of opportunities and pages, I think it's always good, to have somebody who is maybe more professional and, can provide you more information and maybe refer you further as well. Because we may not know everything, but, we may know where to find the information. Brilliant. Okay. So could you also tell us how did you apply? Was it difficult? Did you receive any support for both of your programs? Can we start with you, Francesca, again, please?
Yeah. The big part for me was to write a business plan, because I have never do that, and so I've never done that, and so it was it was challenging for me, and it took 6 months, but because I was working in the same time, and so I had at the beginning I asked also for some friends that had experience in writing business plan, and and in the same time I connect to the intermediate hub that in my case was the Matera hub. And yes, and when I thought that it was okay for me, I share with them the business plan in order to say if it was okay or not, and they helped me to fix some things that for them were not super good. And then I apply. It was except that part that was the business plan. It was very easy, the application and everything. And the hub, Matera hub, was very kind and helpful for me for everything about bureaucracy and the application and everything.
Okay, no, it's great to hear that there's also some support provided, because it may be scary to do something for the first time. Like, I wouldn't be able to write a business plan. So that sounds really great. Yeah. And you, Teresa?
Okay, so first I think it's a bit I want to explain a bit the program. So you already see in order to explain how I apply, it might be a bit more understandable. So this is a youth mobility program for young Europeans between 18 and 30 years old, and you have to be unemployed or recently qualified, graduated, in order to apply to it, and you have to live in one of the participant regions. You can check it in their website which ones participate, but for now, like from the top of my head, Belgium participates, Spain, Cyprus, Portugal, Italy, but within those countries, you have to be from one of the regions that participates. For instance, in Spain is Catalonia, Valencia, and Murcia. So if you're from one of them, you can actually apply. And everything is organized from a regional level. So that's why I needed to explain a little bit before before explaining how I applied. And once I figured that my region participate, I had to contact the people in my region, and I started filling out my profile with all the information that I needed, and they do a little interview to see what is your profile, what work could work with you, and then you go to your website and see the different positions that it's open, and you apply through the website. But it's the region that has to double check that you are the right profile and then send it to the region that you apply to. That's a bit how it works.
Okay, great. Now that's actually very good also to explain about the program, because I was really listening and already thinking where Ireland would be located, in this program and so on. So I have to check afterwards, to know more about it, so could you also share with us about the experience? Was it good, and what did you learn? Was there anything that you didn't expect maybe, or anything that was amazing or challenging, So just about, the program, when you took part in the program, what did you do and how it was for you? Francesca.
Yeah. For me, yes, was very good, because it was what I was looking for. I mean, I have been working in production documentaries for 8 years, but I have always wanted to stay in touch with non-Italian realities. And so it was very it was beautiful for me to have the opportunity to work for 6 months with another company in Belgium. And yes, the challenge was above all the language, because in Belgium they speak also Flemish and French. And the company that chose me was a Dutch company, so their mother tongue was Flemish and Dutch. And so this was the most problem for me, because
Challenge.
yes, it was challenge because I didn't know, and I don't know Flemish. And so I realized that lots of things, above all in my field, in production, are written in Dutch, and so it was difficult to enter in this field. But yeah, it was okay, because I work for the international part, so I work with English and yes, and above all in communication. It was very good for network and for contact, because yeah, I mean, I had contact with directors that comes from other European and non-European countries, and yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, often, it helps you to network as well, to build some contacts, and that can bring you further as well. Yeah, no, that's great. Was there anything unexpected in that experience, Francesca?
No, it was just maybe sometimes I had to help them to do maybe logistic part of the work. That it wasn't my my aim, and I didn't want really to do that. I helped them to do what they wanted to do. And so this is yes, and then on the other part, I help a lot to communication, and I didn't expect to me to be good in that, and so it was yeah, I learned a lot to do other stuff.
Exactly. So it was a learning process for you.
Yeah.
From my experience of having worked for many years, I think it's good to have this kind of challenges, because you will be faced, with different challenges, later, because sometimes you have to do things you don't like very much. I understand, like I don't like logistics either very much, but we learn to do it, and then we start again nearly liking it at the end. Yeah, thank you. Teresa, how was your experience? What did you learn, and how did it go? What did you do, first of all?
Well, my experience was amazing, really. So let's start. Eurodesk is really good because the conditions it gives to trainees are amazing, and it depends in the region that you end up going. But for Brussels, they provide you with the accommodation, so it was a really easy change of scenarios because you just move and everything was organized for you. So in that sense, I really recommend it because if you have never participated in a mobility program, it might make things more smooth for you. In the sense of the traineeship itself, I was the web editor assistant at Eurodesk Brussels Link. And to me, moving to Brussels and having a working experience in there was something that I've always wanted to do because I'm really interested in the European Union matters. And it was also my first traineeship that I was doing. So it was a bit nerve-wracking to move and not really know what to expect. But luckily, I ended up in Eurodesk, and it was a wonderful time. I had really great colleagues, and it was really smooth, and I learned a lot, participated in many things. And yeah, it was amazing.
Okay, great. You already actually answered the last question, which was if you would recommend it to any other young people. So maybe you could add any tips, if you have any tips, if somebody is interested in this program or similar programs, like where to start,
To me, it's gonna sound a bit cliche, I guess, but if the Eurodesk Opportunity Finder, it is a really great starting point because you might not be aware of many of the programs that are available. And also, don't give up because this process until you get something can be a bit long sometimes, and it can be a bit, I guess, depressing at some stages because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not getting anything. But it is a learning curve, and you will get through it, and you will find amazing opportunities, and you will learn a lot. So don't give up.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So Francesca, the same question, like, do you have any tips, recommendations? Would you encourage others to apply for Eurodesk as well?
Yeah, for me, it's
Sorry,
the same.
young entrepreneurs and things.
For me, it's the same. Don't give up, above all in the part to write, for example, the business plan that maybe at the beginning could seem very huge, too much work. But at the end, when you understand how to write, it will be easier. And yes, also after, I mean, in the maybe when you try to learn a lot about the company that choose you, and know if they fit well with you and with your with what you want to do abroad.
Your expectations,
yeah, your expectations.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. So Carmen, I can see that Elisa has joined us. So
Yes.
shall we ask Elisa the same questions now? Hi,
Of
Elisa.
course. Hello, Elisa.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
So it's great to have you here. Yeah, so the questions we asked Teresa and Francesca were about the program first, and where did you find the information about it? Was it difficult to apply? So would you like to introduce yourself first, and then?
Of course. So my name is Elisa. I'm from Cyprus, and I did the Blue Book traineeship in 2022. So yeah, I mean, at the moment I'm working for the traineeship office, which is an interesting careers path that I did. But yeah, I remember that I found out the Blue Book traineeship from different colleagues that I met throughout my Erasmus exchanges that I did. So they all kept talking about, yeah, working at the European Commission, it's a great opportunity. It's really hard to get. So they were making it impossible for me to get. Um, and then I was like, I'm gonna try it out, and that's what I did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And indeed, it's a bit of a competitive project and program that a lot of people want to get in. And surprisingly, I got in from the second try I applied. There was a second I applied 2 times. I got in the
Never give
second
up, yeah.
time. Yes, it took me some time, but yeah, I mean, one of the greatest experiences I did, and I've done a lot with Erasmus and exchanges and learning
Mm-hmm.
opportunities.
So tell us what exactly were you doing during your experience? How was it? What did you learn? Was there anything challenging, unexpected? Mhm.
Um, I think the most challenging thing was, first of all, moving abroad, which can be
Mhm.
challenging for a lot of people,
Yeah,
and moving,
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, and especially moving to a city like Brussels, that it's small, it's nice, but it's too moody. Well, today it's sunny actually, and it's nice, but it can be of a shock if you, especially if you come from the south. But apart
Mhm.
from that, I think it's a really rewarding experience doing the Blue Book because you meet people from different countries, different cultures, and they are all together in the office, which is something unique that we see here in the European Commission. It might happen, of course, in other companies, but it's pretty unique how everything is
Mhm.
um, together, working together in the different languages. And me, when I was a Blue Book trainee, I think I had an amazing experience because I was working in the youth unit of
Mhm.
the Directorate General for Sports, Youth, Culture.
Okay,
Um,
great.
and it was an opportunity that for me, honestly, rewarding. I got to meet people that they had the same mindset with me, colleagues that had different mindset for me, and now you try to also understand how things are working within the institution. And for me, it was impressive that I always consider myself a kid of Erasmus Plus because I've done a lot of exchanges. I was a youth worker before, working with
Mhm.
non-formal education and NGOs. I feel that it was in the heart of things. So this is something that many trainees doing the Blue Book realize, that a lot of policy things, a lot of decisions that are made in our daily life are made within the units they work, and that's impressive.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. So you feel like a great sense of, I think, responsibility as well.
Yes, exactly.
So what did you learn? What was the biggest learning for you from that experience? And
Wow, that's a big question. A lot of stuff. Uh,
yeah.
well, I learned, I think, that everything takes time. It's it's a public institution working in the European Commission. Everything takes time. But I think if you have the right tools and the right people around you, then yeah, things are happening. I think as a Blue Book trainee, a lot of the ideas that I had were implemented in the unit that I was working. And even though sometimes I was like, okay, it's never gonna happen, no way, or how to change the mindset of the people, but then
Yeah,
you do.
yeah,
If you persist, that you do. So
yeah. Well, I suppose it's a challenge if you come from different, cultures, have different experiences, and then all the regulations and official
mhm. The
guidelines.
agreements, the hierarchy.
So I heard that you are still working there, yeah? In the
Yeah,
Blue Book. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
So you stayed or you applied for a job afterwards, yeah?
Yes, and in fact, I'm working for the traineeships office.
Okay, great.
So
So if people
yeah,
have any questions, they can always contact you or
of
your
course.
colleague.
Yes, of course, of
Great.
course.
Okay, so do you have any tips or recommendations for other young people who would like to take part in the program?
Um, I know that the program it's really famous and it's really attractive to a lot of people, and they might get a bit intimidated that it's a bit of a long procedure. The application form, your documents, you have to check everything, and there is a whole committee behind checking everything. So it's really important for the people applying to make sure that their documents are correct, the things that they write are consistent. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to have a political mm, background behind
Yeah.
you to apply, which this is a bit of a misleading or like a stereotype that many people with political science or lawyers they were applying for the blue book, but that's not the case. We really accept people from diverse backgrounds. I also don't have any background like this, so
Yeah.
because the European Commission need people like this, they need diverse people because other, yeah, I mean, in the very end, you work with the colleagues in the units. And another tip to definitely go for it. We accept people from all around the world. It's open to EU nationals and non-EU nationals. So just apply, and then you never know. Some people they get the traineeship from the first try, and then their life changes by being in this international environment here in Brussels.
No,
And
that's great. That's great to hear, because I think all the participants we have had today would encourage others to apply in spite of the paperwork, and just to look maybe for some support and don't give up as well, sometimes apply for the second time and then, get it eventually. So great. I have in my script here that we should ask also about the questions from the participants of the webinar. Carmen, have you been checking the chat when we were
Yes,
chatting?
but I think it's also nice that if we introduce this other program that it's woofing, maybe you would
Oh,
like
yeah,
to
of course.
introduce a bit of it. Thank you, Elizabeth, also for sharing with us. We are sharing, these different kind of programs, and maybe as you, Marcos, you also participated time ago, we will also have
You want me to say a few
some
things?
explanation of a young person that she sent a video for those that are interested, but maybe you can also share a bit.
Okay, so yeah, Woofing, it's a great program. I actually had to open the page again because I took part in the program, I think 10 years ago, twice. No, first 15 years ago, actually in Ireland, just for a week. And I went to a little island in the west of Ireland where I stayed for free. So free accommodation, free board. And then I was working as a volunteer basically for free as well. So there is no payment and I had to pay for my own travel there. It's an international organization which has national links in different countries, and some of the countries also ask you, to pay a fee to access the database of opportunities. Usually you can check them online, but you don't have the contact details. So I did it first time in Ireland, and then a few years later I did it on my own in Italy for like 10 days, I think, because I didn't have much time. But you can do it like between like a few days and 1 year, a few months. So it depends how the host, what they offer and how much time you can have. So everyone can do it. So it's volunteering on in general, organic farm, but there are also different projects like co-ops, for example, sometimes some cultural projects, and it's all around the same principle. You apply directly to them and then have maybe chat with them or a phone conversation or exchange some emails. And then if they accept you, you can spend some time there learning new skills. You don't have actually to bring many skills with you, although sometimes they ask you, for example, if you have some experience like construction skills, for example, or farming skills. But normally they offer you lots of learning opportunities. And for me, it was a very interesting experience. And actually, when I went to Italy, the first farm, I didn't like it because it wasn't what I was expecting. So I moved quickly to another farm in Italy as well, which was much better. So, like you are not forced, to say if something doesn't work out. But I read lots of really great testimonies, from people who take part in the program. And as I said, you can go anywhere. And I remember at the time I had to pay 25 euro for this membership fee in Italy. So it's really not expensive. Yeah, and in the past, we recommended this program to people, for example, who wanted to volunteer, but were not either eligible for the European Solidarity Corps or wanted to do something different, So it's an opportunity that you can use, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really nice opportunity, and maybe we can also share now the name of the program is Woofing.
It's I'm just going. I'm going to change the website. So it's WWOOF net. It's a funny word actually in English, especially. So I can also send you the link. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I send you the website, and then from there you can find directions in different countries as well. Yeah, most of the countries would offer this opportunity, and you can choose your destination. Some of the countries don't, but many. I can see the map of the world. Basically, you can even go to South America or some African countries. Yeah, and North America as well.
Yeah. So yes, we will go back to your questions, but first, like to introduce a bit more about this program, we have a video of a participant that couldn't join us, Alisa, but maybe that gives you a bit more of ideas of the program of woofing. So I'm going to share with you.
And just to add that it's also open to parents with children, because I took my son who was 5 at the time, and we went to the organic yoga center where they also had children, so he could play with the other children, you know. And so I was doing stuff babysitting as well.
Yeah.
So, and cooking vegetarian food, you know. And it was nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. And well, if you want to keep writing your questions in the chat, we will come back to them. So
yeah.
No
To
worries.
all the 3 speakers, I would say, yeah.
Yes, to all of them.
Hello everyone, my name is Alisa, I'm 24 years old. I am French, but it will soon be 2 years since I live in Brussels, which is in Belgium. I recently joined the Woof Belgium Association, but also the French one. I have been doing woofing myself for 4 years now. I'm currently on a road trip to Japan for 20 days and I'm staying there for 2.5 months to do woofing there too. So I discovered woofing in 2019 when I was looking for a way to travel without money and by being as close as possible to local cultures as well as locals. For those who don't know what is WOOF, that means Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms, is an international organization that allows volunteers interested in organic agriculture to help organic farms in exchange for accommodation and meals during all of their stay at the farm. So my first experience of woofing was in France, and I couldn't have seen anything better as my first experience. My main mission was to pick olives by hand, but with a weather quiet rhythm because it was for my host personal consumption, like olive oil. I was perfectly well housed and fed, and I became friends with the host. I also returned to this same farm the following year and also this summer. Following, I went 5 months to Portugal, where I woofed in 6 farms. Since then, I have also done woofing in France again, in Belgium, Morocco, Germany, and now in Japan. With all this woofing, I made a lot of encounters, discovered a lot of different foods, learned to do a lot of things with my hands, like cut trees, pruning vines, taking care of llamas, sheep, donkeys, planting all kinds of plants and vegetables, taking care of vegetable garden, using a brush cutter and many other things. And all this knowledge for free and with a lot of joy and sharing. If you want to see some image of what I was able to experience and also my trip now, I have a travel Instagram which is this following, so ALY. I think I have like 2_travel, so TRAVEL. You can also contact me if you have any type of question. It will be a pleasure for me to answer to them. So finally, if you think you are interested in woofing, the advices that I can give you is the following. So for your first experience, I highly recommend that you do it in your own country for the first one, so that there are no communication difficulties with the host. Also choose a farm that has some feedbacks already and that has a little seniority, because it may happen that depending on the farms that have just been registered on the site, there are some hosts who don't know yet really nice the rules of roofing, and have to apply them badly, and then maybe you will have a bad experience, or it will give you a bad impression of roofing, which is not bad, it's like amazing. I think I am a little bit addicted to roofing. And finally, before any confirmation of your stay in a farm, please take the time to contact the host to know all the conditions and the request of this one. You can ask, for example, those type of questions like where will I be housed, how it goes for meals, like did they provide you the food, or you eat with them on the breakfast, lunch, for the dinner. What is a typical day of roofing at the farm? And are there other roofers during my stay, for example? But you can also ask all the questions that can reassure you, like that, no bad surprise. So I think I finished. It's like 5 minutes 20. So if you have some question, again, you can contact me by mail or WhatsApp, on Instagram, I don't know. And it will be a pleasure for me to answer to all your questions. And I hope you will try to do roofing, because it's a really nice way for me personally to travel. It takes you out of your comfort zone, and you meet a lot of people, and you learn a lot of things about life, about yourself, about world, nature, and yeah. That's it. Bye.
That sounds like amazing. I feel like doing this again, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of
There was a question about the requirements, so I already answered in the chat, but just to say that in the database, each placement or each farm, each project, will describe who are they looking for, like how long they want. Sometimes they also have some periods in the year, like only in the summer, for example, because of the climate or whatever. And then what they offer to you as well sometimes could be very basic. So it depends like what people really want to do and what suits them. But I heard about people who also spend many years of their life traveling like that for free and learning new skills, meeting new people, and it's an adventure. Yeah. I will stop here, Carmen, because I could talk about it quite a lot, So.
No worries, no worries. Let's go back to the questions, because we have here on the chat some questions also about Eurodesk, and if the participants have to come from the selected regions. I think this is for you, Teresa.
So yeah, you have to be from one of the participant regions. So not only the country, but you have to be from what it is. For instance, in Belgium is Brussels and Bologna. And if your region is not actively participating right now, you can, but because it's sort of like an exchange between regions, so they have to send but also receive. So yeah, and I think I read in the chat also, like if you need a specific profile, not really. In Eurodesk, there's a bunch of different profiles, like organizations and business publish different positions. For me, it was web editor assistant, but there's things for audiovisual, for law, for engineering. So it really depends. You have to have a look to what they have active right now, and just keep in mind that they keep publishing constantly and things might change.
Yeah, there are like different regions you can check on the website that was shared, and check if yours is part of it. And moving forward to the next question, Paula asked if there's any kind of position which requires any specialization. I don't know if you mean in general or for any specific program that we commented.
I think that
But,
was about woofing, actually, because that was Paula.
Okay.
And I tried
So-
to answer already in the chat that, you know, you don't
Okay.
have to have any skills. Some positions, some house will ask you if you have some experience, like big set.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah.
And also, Alexandra asked for woofing if you need a visa, what kind of support?
So I don't know actually the answer to that question. I would say in each case it's worth probably checking with the host, because it's not as structured as European Solidarity Corps, for example. You know, it's more like an open program where different farms just join, and I think you really need to ask them, because I really can't answer this question. It depends on the country, you know. Of course, if it's in the EU and you are an EU citizen, then you don't need any work permission, I think. However, I would check if it's for a longer stay than 3 months, because normally some countries would maybe require something if it's longer than 3 months, yeah. Like a permit maybe, or registration at least, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you have any other question. It's the time right now to ask. Also, if you have any question for Francesca, for Elisa. You can think about it and write it on the chat, and also read this. So take your time.
I think that I will promote actually the Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs more in Ireland, because I met with the person who runs the office a few years ago, but I wasn't sure, you know, like how popular this is going to be because of the age of young people who would attend the youth information centers, which usually finishes when they go to the college. And I think this is more for graduates probably, or people who have their own companies. But no, I think it's still really worth promoting it, even to be inclusive, you know, to include those young adults who may be interested in the program. Yeah, and I will check with Eurodesk if, you know, if we can also access it in Ireland or not.
Yeah, it's a really interesting program.
I have some knowledge about Erasmus for young entrepreneurs,
Mhm.
because I also did it in the past.
Mhm.
Because the question was if it's possible to be made in the islands.
In Ireland, yeah.
Yes, it depends. Of course, it depends the region, but for sure, you can do it, for example, in Madeira, in the Canary Islands, and in the outermost regions like La Reunion. Like all of these regions are also included in the project. And there is a special, I think, if not mistaken, for example, for Portugal, there is a special budget for Portugal, but because if you go to Madeira, then you get a bit of a more grant because it's an island. So this is possible for sure.
That is really good information.
Yes, yes.
Also, yeah, really valuable.
Yeah, and my general advice, if young people sometimes hesitate to access a program or to apply because they feel like it's not for them, for example, you know, or it's not accessible, just to really send their questions to the right place, to the right person, and try to explore a little bit more the program, you know, and all the supports that exist as well. Yeah, in particular cases, yeah, or countries.
Yeah, I think that we don't have any other questions. So thank you very much. I'm going to move forward with Grazia. Grazia, I don't know if you're there.
Yes, I'm
Perfect. And she will introduce us the opportunity finder, the opportunities that we promote at Eurodesk and that we have.
yes.
And well, maybe you would like to let
Yeah,
us know.
just I will. Hi, I'm Grazia. I'm the information manager at Eurodesk Brussels Link, and I'm happy to be here with you all. And I just wanted to give you a tip. You know, if you need more information on all these programs, which are all very interesting, all this information about the requirements and how to apply and the eligibility, which countries can participate, and how all this information is available on our opportunity finder, which is a website, a platform created by Eurodesk Brussels Link and monitored every day where we put together all the latest opportunities in the fields of studying, working, volunteering, participating, being active. And the website is called Opportunity Finder, and all the programs are divided in 5 main categories. So we have the learning, the volunteering, internships, participating, and grants. So they're really broadened. The opportunities that were introduced today on the webinar can be found in different areas. So you can find them in learning, for example, when it comes to Erasmus for young entrepreneurs, or in volunteering for woofing. Today we mentioned woofing, but there are some other organizations as well, international ones, that offer free opportunities, the opportunities for travelers to receiving an accommodation or food in another country, and in exchange you can give them a bit of your time and helping, for example, in their own association, or supporting other people. And some others are also in the internships, like the EuroDC. For the EuroDC, when it comes for eligibility, of course, you need to be part of the regions. So your regions need to be part of the program, otherwise you cannot participate. When it comes to the Blue Book, the next call will be next year. But at the moment, we have a lot of other possibilities to do an internship across Europe or worldwide. So please have a look at the different possibility and vacancies available. The programs that you can find there, they have a deadline. So when a deadline is active, the deadline is on the top and it's in green. Otherwise, if the program is in gray, you will find the information like upcoming. So it means that in the coming months or weeks, a new call will be out soon. You can make your search also selecting the left side of the screen, so you can search according the eligibility by chance. For example, if you want to filter the age group, the eligibility country, or the destination country, or the status of the program. So it's really up to you. And once you click on the program, for each program, you can also share this information with your friends. You can print the information. So what you need in order to work around this opportunity finder is just to have internet. In order to get more information, the opportunity finder is free and accessible to everybody. And you also have the chance to find information in different languages, because this is really a common project that we have with our network across Europe. So some of the programs are also available in other languages. So you can just select the program when you see it. So you can read it in different languages. So if you're lucky, you might have the program, for example, in English, in French, in Romanian, in Italian. So it's really according to the programs, according to the partners that translate the program in different languages. So you can find it in another language. If you have questions, please let us know. And then also, if you have a program that you would like to promote on our Opportunity Finder, you're also more than welcome to share it with us. Normally, all the programs that are available on our Opportunity Finder are free, or they have a small fee. So we don't provide programs where young people or participants need to pay in order to participate, unless it's really a small fee. Or there are scholarships that can allow the participants to be granted with these scholarships. So this is the only limit that we have for having programs on the Opportunity Finder.
Thank you very much, Grazia. And I think, well, if anyone has any question for Grazia, you can also write it on the chat or open your mic, whatever you prefer. It's a really valuable information. I saw that you've been sharing the links to all the opportunities that we've been mentioning during the webinar, and also share like the opportunity finder page recently. I think it's a really good moment to share also a video with the main opportunities that are regularly opening um, with these working opportunities. So I'm going to share the screen with you, and then we can take a look on this.
In today's global job market, having international experience can make a big difference. Employers are increasingly looking for individuals with a global mindset, soft skills, and hands-on experience. There are several ways for young people to gain valuable work experience abroad. Let's discover some concrete opportunities to work abroad. Internships abroad with Erasmus+. Erasmus+ provides students with the opportunity to gain valuable work experience in a foreign country while immersing themselves in a new culture. This hands-on experience can pave the way for exciting career paths. If you are a student, the Erasmus+ program offers opportunities to do an internship during or just after your studies, with flexible durations ranging from 2 to 12 months. You will receive financial support for your travel and a monthly allowance adjusted to the cost of living in your host country. Students with fewer opportunities or those from disadvantaged backgrounds may be eligible for top-up grants. Interested? Consult your university's international office to learn more about the Erasmus+ internship opportunities that are available to you. Traineeships at EU institutions and international agencies. Graduates could also look to apply for traineeships at EU institutions and international agencies to gain global experience. You will explore a wide range of fields, from diplomacy and policy development to research and administration. These internships offer a great career boost and can open doors to future employment within those bodies. Depending on the institution, they are usually paid. Most programs require a university degree and a fluency in one or more languages. Such traineeships are highly competitive, so thorough preparation and a strong application are essential. Be sure to check each organization's specific recruitment process. For example, the EU selects interns for its Blue Book program twice a year. Work exchange programs are a fantastic option for those looking for adventure and cultural immersion. Instead of receiving a salary, participants have the opportunity to trade one service for another, gain unique work experiences, and have a meaningful gap year on a budget. It's a great opportunity for those individuals whose goal is to travel around the world. In most cases, participants will need to cover their travel expenses, but accommodation and food will be provided. Sometimes other benefits, such as local sightseeing, trips, yoga classes, or English lessons, will also be included. A good tip is to travel before or after the work exchange. Different organizations organize work exchange programs. It's important to carefully review the requirements before committing, as participants may be expected to work a substantial amount of hours per week. Opportunity Finder volunteering page focus on these programs. Worldpackers, Help Stay, Work Away, work exchanges in organic farms, helps. Do you like taking care of children? Being an au pair is a great opportunity to gain work and life experience in another country and learn the language. You can go all over the world. Depending on the program, au pair programs are usually open to young people between the ages of 18 and 30. Au pairs take care of the children in a family and may also be expected to help with household chores. In return, the family offers full board accommodation and some spending money. You can choose how long you want your experience to be, a couple of months, over the summer, or even up to a year or more. You will have a social security and health coverage, but you will usually have to pay travel costs yourself. Different websites propose au pair opportunities. Make sure to check the conditions before you sign up. Many other programs exist to support young people in having an experience abroad. Discover them all on the Eurodesk Opportunity Finder. And if you feel lost, don't hesitate to reach out to a Eurodesk officer in your area. They will guide you through the options.
Okay, this I think maybe will help you to get to know all the programs that are opening, and I hope that it inspired you. If you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to write them or to ask them. And if you come up with another question later, you can reach us out. And well, thank you all the participants for joining, also all the guests to share their experiences. It's really nice to hear from you directly, and that we have this connection, like peer-to-peer connection, that can inspire, give some ideas, and well, it was really nice to have you today. Thank you very much for coming. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us here. I wanted just to add that Eurodesk can also help you to find the answers, if we don't know, like about the visa for woofers. I just put an answer in the chat as well. And in some countries, you have to check the regulations, like for au pair programs, for example, it's not always the same situation in each country. So even if you don't know, we can always try, to find out, contacting different authorities and checking the information online.
Mm-hmm. And as Grazia was sharing on the chat, you can contact Eurodesk in your country. That can give you also accurate information for you and for your specific needs. So don't hesitate, and just we are here to help. Well, take a look on the previous episodes of these webinars that may interest you if you miss them. And follow us on social media, because we keep on doing this kind of activities to inform you about the things that are around and that are open for young people. And have a very nice day. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.